In today's session, we are going to overcome a major business problem. As a business, you are working with many vendors, third-party companies, partners, temporary employees that they are not part of your CRM. They don't have a license to your CRM. From the other side, those third-party companies or partners provide you with some services and you want to get the service details into your CRM. In this example, I will be a real estate agent. In my case, I have here a property with all the details, and here I will have a section that is called house inspection. In my case, I will have a subcontractor going to a property and he's supposed to inspect the property. Once my subcontractor inspects the property, he's supposed to provide me with the information if this property worth the money or not. I will have a field name house condition. I will have here the renovation estimate cost, the inspection date, and the subcontractor who inspected the property. Those will be the fields that I require my subcontractor to provide me. In this session, I will show you how to create a Zoho form, how to pull information from your CRM into the Zoho form, and eventually how your subcontractor can fill the form and push the information back into the CRM. Before we begin the session, we need to check a few things. One, you will need to go back to your Zoho one and you will need to make sure that Zoho Forms is enabled as one of your applications. Okay, so in my case, you can see that Zoho Forms is added, but in your case, if it's not, please click on it. Next, we need to make sure that in your Zoho CRM, you have Zoho Forms enabled as a plugin. You will need to click on the settings. You will need to go to Zoho under Marketplace. And then you will need to search here for Zoho Forms. You see, in my case, it's already set up. In your case, maybe you will need to click on Setup Now. And then there will be a toggle pre-population of data, and you will need to click on it, and that will enable the plugin. Now, here you will probably see empty spaces. After you toggle the pre-population of data, please refresh the page, and then you're supposed to see the information pre-populated. Next, we are going to create a form. I will go to Zoho Forms. I will click here on Create a New Form. I will give it a name. When my subcontractor will get the form, I need my subcontractor to know which property I'm talking about. What is the name of the property? What is the address of the property? So in that case, I will provide information from the CRM into Zoho Forms. So let's drag and drop some fields. First of all, I will drop one field. Is a single line, but again, it all depends on the value that you're trying to provide. It will be a single line, and I will write here deal name. And then I will have another one, name, address, city, and postal code. Those will be the fields that I will provide to my subcontractor. I will click on each one of them and I will mark them as disabled field. The reason is because I don't want my subcontractor to change those fields. I just want to display to him this information without the ability to change. So I will click on each one of them and I will click on disable field. Okay, so now I have all those fields and all of them are disabled. Next, I will drag and drop the Zoho CRM field and I will place it on the top. This field will allow me to pre-populate the information from the CRM into the Zoho Forms. I will select here the module. In my case, it will be the opportunities module. And then in the field, I need to select the mapping field, the first one. In my case, it will be the opportunity name. Every module will have a name field. That will be the first field in your module. Usually, you will like to select the opportunity name or the lead name, contact name, product name. You will select the name, the first one. And then you will need to select here map fields to pre-fill values from Zoho CRM to Zoho Forms. Once you clicked on that, Zoho will ask you what fields you like to pre-populate. Here you will have a list of fields from your Zoho CRM. And first one will be the deal name, which is the opportunity name. Next, I will need to select the next field, and that will be the address. And then I will select the city. I will have here the postal code. And now I'm done. Those are the fields that I want to pre-populate to my subcontractor. You can have here as many fields as you want. And then I will click on save. Next, we like the subcontractor to provide us with some information. And the fields that I want my subcontractor to provide me, first of all, it's house condition. I will go here and I will select a drop-down field. The reason that I'm going with drop-down field and not a single line is because this field is a drop-down. I will select here the drop-down. I will give it a name, house condition, and I will need to copy the values. One of them will be nice house. I will go here. The second one is halfway there. And the third one will be water dump. Okay. The next field will be renovation estimate cost, and that will be a currency value. I will drag and drop the currency field, and I will name it renovation cost, estimate cost. Next, it will be inspection date, and I will drag and drop a date field, and I will name it inspection date. And the last one, it will be the inspector name, and it will be a single line and inspector name. I will mark each one of them as mandatory field. And I will click on save. Next, I will need to go to the integration section on the top. I will click on update record because I want to update a Zoho CRM record. I don't want to create another one. Now I will click on update record, and I will need to map the fields from the CRM into Zoho Forms, the same way that I did before. Now I will need to map the fields that I want to push the information to, which means all those 4 fields. So first one will be the house condition. I will go here and I will select house condition. Next, it will be renovation cost. Now, it's important to have the fields with the right types. For example, in the CRM, the renovation estimate cost is a currency field. I suppose to have in the Zoho Forms also a currency field. You cannot push information from currency into single line. You're supposed to match them, okay? That's an important thing to remember. Next, we need the inspection date. And now we need the inspector name. And now I click on integrate and the integration is over. Now I will show you how everything works together. In order to test my solution, I will go back to my opportunity and then I will go to the email section and I will send an email. Once I will click on send email, Zoho will open the email form. And then on the top, you will see a new feature named Insert Forms Link. Once you click on that, you will be able to select from one of your forms. In this case, I will have the subcontractors push to Zoho form, the one that I just created, and I will click on Insert. In the subject, I will write test, and I will send myself this email. If I will click on the email link, I will be able to see the form. As you can see, the details are pre-filled. The address, city and postal code are not available in my case. But if I will go back to the opportunity and I will fill the details, postal code 123456. Now, if I will go here and I will refresh the form, you will see that all the information will be pushed to the form. Something to remember, whatever I do on those areas, the disabled areas, will result nothing. The subcontractor will say that it's a nice house, he will need 50,000 to renovate the place. The inspection date was today, September 11th. And my name, Joe the Fixer. Once my subcontractor sent me this form, it will take about 20 seconds for the form to update the records. And once those records will get updated, I will be able to see them in the CRM. So let's refresh this page and you can see that I got the information. It's a nice house, 50K, today is the inspection date, and Joe the Fixer is the inspector. Thank you very much for watching this session. I hope it was not too much, but in any case, it's very useful and it will help you manage your business in a better way. Thank you. Bye-bye.